We're at 6:01. We'll rise and start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome everyone to our Cedar Lake Redevelopment Commission meeting held on February 22. We're going to do roll call here. We've got a couple new faces here. We've got Margaret and Terry. So who will be conducting roll call? Terry, with an I.
Nathan Viss.
Here.
Eric Burnham.
Here.
Doug Spencer.
Here.
Julie Kovich.
She is not present.
Randy Niemeyer.
Present.
Tracy Haskell.
Not present.
Brian Smith.
Not present.
Robert Carnahan.
Here.
Rick Elberly.
Present.
David Ostian.
Present.
Jennifer Sandberg. Here. Terry Knowles. Here. And Sarah here.
And then we've also got
And Margaret.
Margaret.
And Margaret here. Here.
All right. Well, a warm welcome to Terry and to Margaret. Welcome you to the staff here at Cedar Lake, and we look forward to your contributions to the RDC and to the other places that you are contributing to. So thanks for investing your time with us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We are next going to turn over to a presentation of the Explore Everyday Community recognition. Just by way of brief backdrop, I believe we started this back in, was it May of 2020, I think. We as the RDC members took a step back and were realizing that there's a lot of folks that have been very active and busy in this town, investing their time and effort in their businesses, whether it's been for a very long time or making a conscious effort to say we're going to either move here from outside the area here in Indiana or in Illinois and move our time, our assets, our expertise, and oftentimes many of them, their families here to this area and starting up a business. And what we wanted to do as a small token to express thanks is to invite you here to the Redevelopment Commission to hear a bit about your business, why it was that you decided to place yourselves here in Cedar Lake. The other thing we want to do is take a picture, put your faces on our Facebook page so that we can promote your business to the residents and those that visit our Facebook page here in Cedar Lake, just as a small way of enlarging your business scope. At our last two meetings, we have received two recommendations. I'm going to first go with the one that was, I believe, back in, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was back in December. And that was Harrio's Restaurant. And Tomas, am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Tomas, is it James?
Yeah.
Come on forward, introduce who you got with you tonight, and share with us a bit about what you've been doing over at Harrio's and kind of your vision for the future there, sir. Come on forward.
I see you brought your photographer with you there too.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tomas. I used to say in Spanish is Jaimes. In English, I say James with an I. I've been a resident of Cedar Lake for the last 35 years. When I'm 36, I came here very young from Mexico back in '85. I worked at Harrio's all these years. When it was destroyed by the fire, I went down south and worked for a couple of years. The owner decided to rebuild, and then I was back. Then he decided to retire, so I took over the business. He still owns the property, but I own the business. My theme is always working with the community. Some of the faces here, they look familiar. I'm a member of Holy Name Parish, and we have a taco stand at every summer fest for like the last 10 years. Whatever we would raise, it would go for the parish. And one of the things, I love working with food and I love working with the community. And my theme is, I would not eat, I would not make something that if it's not good for me, I would not give it to the customer. So always customer first, because I look at human beings as a human beings. I don't look at them as business. I have a lot of respect for life, and that's just my thing. I gotta take care of people the way I would take care of myself. and this is what I want to look. Cedar Lake has been a great, it has grown in the last few years. I mean, it has changed completely. So I am very proud to be a resident, and I am very proud to be a business owner in Cedar Lake. And I hope I can provide something that I be better for the community.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations, sir,
Thank you.
for A, investing the time, and B, continuing that dream. That is phenomenal. I was just speaking with somebody before I walked in here tonight about the American dream. And again, to hear your story, to start in 85, work your way through, develop that experience, that is just a phenomenal testament to, I think, the folks and character of this community and yourself as well. So kudos.
Well, thank you very much. And I still believe a lot of people, you hear a lot of complaints now that the United States is such a bad country anymore. And you know what? And I tell them, I will give my life in an instant for this country because it's still the greatest country in the world. And we have to love this country because that's why a lot of people want to come here.
Absolutely. Well, who do you have with you as well?
This is my wife, Linda.
Linda, welcome.
James, hi, Linda Gora James. I've been here since 1974. Can I say we got married in 88? And I've been with him since. I was not restaurant. I was not,
You are now.
I am. I was medical. I was a respiratory therapist at St. Margaret's in Dyer for 37 years. And I thought I retired. And you dragged me out of retirement, kicking and screaming.
I said, honey, let's own a restaurant.
So, I knew this was coming. It's been his dream for a long time. And Jimmy would tell him, prepare yourself one of these days. So we're in it together. I'm co-owner and I'm there as well. So, but it's been quite an experience. And like I say, I've been in Cedar Lake since 1974.
Okay.
Originally from Crown Point, Mississippi for 4 years with my parents and came back. My brother was a police officer here for many, many years, 25, something like that, retired. So I was many years ago, the first female director of the ambulance. Way back.
Okay. Heavily invested in the community. Randy, you have something?
What a year to be in the restaurant business, huh? I mean,
Yes.
it's the crazy unnecessary lockdowns and people telling you you're not essential. I say anybody that gets up in the morning, no matter where they're going, it's essential to them, and you're essential to a community. I've never had a bad meal at Harrio's, and I'm sure you've probably cooked a few of them.
Yes.
So I appreciate all the years of service to the community that you've contributed.
Thank you.
Businesses like yours is what fits Cedar Lake. You don't see big box stores or big chain restaurants here. And I really think that your business and the other people we're honoring tonight is what Cedar Lake is. It represents that family connection. Even as we grow, we see more of these smaller businesses popping up, which are really a good fit. So
Yes.
congratulations to you on living your dream.
Thank you very much.
I love to hear the patriotic statement that you made. I believe that too. This is the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
No matter where we are right now, this is still the best place to be. So keep up the good work and look forward to enjoying many more meals.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All of you.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
One second,
Tomas,
please.
you gotta come forward, just as you can, feel free to display this in the kitchen or the front entryway in the restaurant, and then if Derek could take a picture,
And even the little chef, if you wants to come forward.
Nick, you don't want to be neuter?
no, we don't need that.
That's a head of hair too on that boy.
Oh, grandson.
Wow.
Taken away from there.
I want that hair.
I just thought they would not, you know.
Too late for you.
I know, but I can still dream.
All right.
Good God.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, it's our privilege to do two of these this evening. Second one, and hopefully I don't do misjustice to the names. Is it Denise Slevnik? I said it correctly. Well, come on forward.
Congrats, Nathan. That was good.
You know, years of announcing soccer games in Chicago really taught me well. Well, Denise, at the last meeting, your restaurant came highly commended not only for the food, but as well as for the significant investment that has been put into the restaurant. So if you want to take some time to share about why it is that you are investing in this area, a bit of your backdrop, as well as where you're hoping to take the restaurant.
First and foremost, the restaurant, The Dock, is an anchor for us, for the community and the town, holds very, very dear, special memories for my family. I've raised 2 children on this lake, had the times of our life, and coming full circle, I believe in giving back. You are the city of choice, and that's why the investment has been made in the Dock Restaurant. And there seems to be a lot of controversy referencing the name, thinking it's a fish house, when in reality, it's drop your anchor here and enjoy yourself. We've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We'd love to see you all there. I have a complete culinary background, have had for over 32 years. Chicago restaurants, Northwest Indiana restaurants. This is my grand finale, and I'm proud to be in Cedar Lake and giving back to the community. We offer a private party room. It's a family restaurant first and foremost. Yes, we have a 3-way liquor license as well, just a secondary opportunity. We cook real food fresh. We do a ton of seasonal cooking. In other words, as the farmers come in with the crops, we're buying and producing and cooking that way. So we're really, really delighted to be here. And we're located right there in front of Straps.
So what's the plate I come in tonight that you would suggest this is a specialty that you're really proud of? All of them, I'm sure, but what's the one you say this is your go-to at home too?
I have several of them because they're all my personal recipes. They're all things that I have taught the house chef now and everyone else in there. Depends on whether you desire seafood or whether you desire chicken or fish, as well as beef. We make all of our beef in-home, all of our chicken, everything is made right there on site.
Okay.
And my personal favorite is my Boyance. And if you take a couple of minutes to see me on Facebook, our menus are posted. My special menus are posted. I'm running a ton of specials for both breakfast and lunch. My half-pound steak burger is out of sight. I've got tons of people loving
Now
it.
that sounds fabulous.
That's your protein there, Randy.
Oh, yeah. I can go for that.
And breakfast, we make a killer omelet. Killer omelet. We have Boyance Boys for an omelet, which is a chicken-based vegetable omelet.
Okay.
We have a lot of fun. And obviously, because it is Cedar Lake, because I am referred to as the Dock, I've elected to tag names to every entree pertaining to boating. It's our way of saying thank you, and it's our tribute to Cedar Lake. We'd love to have y'all come in and try us.
Very good. Anything else from the commission?
Again, what a year to be in the restaurant business, right? I mean, holy smokes. I don't know of any other business sector that's been hit as hard as you guys. And the fact that you've been able to sustain yourself through this says a lot about your commitment and commitment to your dream. And I love to hear the stories of how the community is connected to you and you're connected to the community. So,
It's been fabulous, quite honestly. I mean, we bought both our pontoons through Pinecrest. Like I said, kids have been on the lake nonstop, and now they're married and on their own. So now it's quote unquote mom's turn.
Well, congratulations to you on living your dream here. And yeah, we do need to all visit and hopefully see that there's good traffic that comes in your business to support you like you've supported us. So thank you very
We
much.
sincerely appreciate it. I mean, I've got tons of support from my immediate family, my investor, and it's a very well-rounded group. Love to have everybody come in and just relax and have a great time.
We'll do.
that.
Well, we will certainly promote it on our Facebook page as well for the town.
Thank
So
you.
Denise, Sarah could snag a picture of you. That'd be great. Right there.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you to both Herios and the Dock for coming in this evening. We greatly appreciate it. All right, we're going to move along with our consent agenda. We've got approval of the January 25, 2021 meeting minutes previously handed out. Also claims Fund 404 in the amount of $102.55 and Fund 804 in the amount of $1,225. If I can have a motion, and then we can discuss further those two claims.
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second. Jennifer, I'm not sure if we've seen
Second.
that was Doug seconded. Have we seen the claims funds for the month?
Fund 404 and Fund 804 should have been with your packet. That was given out earlier today.
Hold on.
They're about 5 pages in.
Yep.
President.
Thank you, Mr. Everly. My apologies. Getting lost with my tree that is in front of me this evening. All right.
There it is, there it is. Yeah.
So we got $102.55, and then we've got 3 sets of legal fees for a variety of things: RDC, RDA bond refunding, and then the RDC Shilling Lake that project. Okay. All right. So we got $1,225, all in good order, Jen and Mr. Everly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for roll call, please.
Julie Kovich.
Not here.
Doug Spencer,
Yes.
Randy Niemeyer,
Yes.
Eric Burnham,
Yes.
Nathan Viss.
Yes. All right, passes 4-0. And moving along to new business, Explore Everyday Community Recognition nomination. Do we have any suggestions from the commission?
You do have a nomination, but there's an anonymous one in your packet.
At the blue tab.
Blue tab. We're getting sophisticated here with
Yes,
blue
we have
tabs.
Tabs now.
Nice.
This is very helpful.
Organization in my life. All right. Recognition nomination, applicant name anonymous, name of person for recognition, Lynette Kubel, business name Beach Pallet. Reason for nomination, the Kubel family has been in the community for several generations and they're always trying to better the community, are philanthropic and have multiple businesses throughout town. After a fire that nearly destroyed the commercial plaza, Kubel rebuilt/renovated the location after a lot of hard work and determination. Lynette created a beautiful, fun retail shop offering unique, handcrafted items created by local artisans. She offers a creative space for paint, crafting parties, which are great ideas for bachelorette party, girls' night out, family-friendly activity, or party. The great part is that you don't have to have knowledge or experience to enjoy or participate in events. They help you along the way. The location is great to enjoy the activity, grab dinner, drinks, stay, and linger while enjoying the view of Cedar Lake. Is that a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second that emotion.
Discussion.
Hey, even Brian's here. This is perfect timing.
I was
I
going
know.
to say, Brian, did you want to take credit for this?
You're just a support
You
system.
could say, honey, you
right?
spoke up and you agree. All right. No, I've heard great things and seen some stuff on Facebook as well. So hearing none, we'll do roll call.
Doug Spencer,
Yes.
Randy Niemeyer.
Yes.
Eric Burnham,
Yes.
Nathan Viss.
Yes. All right. Thank you. And then Terry, you and I can work together this next month to send out the invitation to Lynette. Or no, is that going to be Margaret?
Now, yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Got it. We'll work together. Moving along, we've got facade grant applications. Applicant 21-3, Lawrence Property Group, Sean Perfetti, back for the third time. Mr. Perfetti, I understand you are with us this evening
We muted him, hold on. a
via
second.
Zoom. You've been muted, so hold on a
He's
second.
unmuted. Is he?
Yep. Good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Just fine. Thank you.
Good. What you got tonight for us?
I have interest in upgrading the signage that's in the front of the building address 13115 Wicker Avenue. And so there's a new sign proposal, some electrical work that would need to be done. And so the grant is really just about updating the sign that's there today. When we presented back in January, the ask was to work through the building department and get a building permit. I understand that that building permit is in place. The contractor's not picked the permit up because they don't have a license in Cedar Lake, but as soon as we kind of get the green light to move forward, then obviously when they come in to get the permit, they'll get their license. The sign that's there today is just a little bit outdated, and we would just like to kind of update it and relocate it to the center of the building, bring a little more attention to the businesses that are located there.
Very good. And the amount that construction value is $19,000 total.
That's right.
All right, any questions from the commission?
I like the sign. I like the location, the new location too.
First page, orange tab, right below the orange tab.
Mr. President, you might remember that at last month's meeting, the one sort of outstanding item that we weren't able to definitively answer was whether the sign is going to need a variance or not, and we determined that it does not. It does meet our standards. And as Mr. Perfetti said, he did apply for the permit. We're ready to issue the permit once the contractor finishes his registration process.
Okay.
So this is ready to go, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Everly. And Mr. Everly or Ms. Moore, do you recall how much we have given to Mr. Perfetti in the past? We do have a cap that can be issued in a 5-year period and in a 1-year period.
I don't recall how much we gave him the last time.
Sean, do you remember how much we've distributed to you in the past? I apologize. I should have researched this.
Oh, that's fine. $2,200 in 2020 to do asphalt resealing and parking lot striping.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that, Sean.
And your cap is 30,000 in a 5
In a 5-year period and 25,000 in a 1-year period.
1 year period.
So we've got roughly 23,000 available for round numbers. So what's the pleasure of the commission? We've got a project that's shovel ready, so to speak, other than the contractor obtaining his license to operate here in town.
20%. The quote reads 14,000. That's what I was looking at too, Eric.
Quote reads 14,000, but the construction value, why is the value 19,000?
Sean, are you there?
Where the night? Yes, can you hear?
Yep, go ahead.
The value should be $15,991. There's two line items. There's on page 2 of the PowerPoint presentation, the first value for the sign is $14,151.
Yep.
And the electrical installation is $1,815 for a total of $15,991. I'm not certain where the $19,000 figure is,
Yeah, I'm looking at
where
the
that's
building,
stated.
sorry, the building permit application shows the construction value of 19,000. That's where I pulled that out of.
Your
Okay.
contractor must have put that on there, Sean.
Okay,
So what is the amount then? You 15,000 what?
991, 15,991 is what is the total value that I'm asking for, or the total value that we'll be investing.
Our typical number that we've gone with in the past was 20% on these sorts of projects like this.
Yeah.
That would put us at about $3,200.
198 for 3,200.
Okay, is that a motion, Mr. Niemeyer?
So moved.
Motion's been made to apply $3,200. Is there support?
Second.
Support. Discussion? Doug? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the roll.
Doug Spencer,
Yes.
Randy Niemeyer.
Yes.
Eric Burnham,
Yes.
Nathan Vitt.
Yes. All right, Sean, we've got approval green light to apply $3,200 from the Cedar Lake Facade Grant Program towards this new sign. So please communicate with both Sarah and with, is it Terry or Margaret? With Margaret, sorry, I'm gonna get this straight by the end of the night, I promise.
You're okay.
Please communicate with Margaret and Sarah moving forward for further application, remittance of funds. Let us know once your contractor has received his license. And we look forward to a new sign decorating the highway out there on Highway 41 for both the patrons as well as the businesses you have located there.
I got a
Great.
question for Nathan.
Hold on, we have one question for you, Mr. Perfetti.
Your arrows going in and out of your parking lot, they're kind of strange. You got to pull in all the way to the what I would say would be an exit and pull in that way, and then when you go out in the right. Is there any reason why you did that?
Frankly, it just replicates what was there prior. Other than replicating what was there prior, no, I guess there is no other, I guess, logical explanation for the way they're laid out.
My normal would be to go out on the left to turn right or left, and you got to go out on the left to go out.
That's correct.
Curious.
That's correct. No further explanation other than when we put the new seal coating down and we had the parking lot restriped, we just replicated what was there prior.
Okay.
If it needs to be revisited, then you have to lay out the entire traffic flow of the parking lot in the reverse order.
Right. Okay. And from what I've understood, the building department has not indicated any capacity if there's a hazard of any form using the parking lot. So I think we're okay. So, all right, Mr. Petty, we appreciate you coming on board this evening, and thanks again for investing in our community. We do appreciate it.
Thank you for your support.
Mr. Kubel, you are next, sir, on 13135 Morse Street. Come on forward, sir, and tell us what you're thinking.
Property enforcement.
This is starting to be almost a regular occurrence. I mean, we're just gonna have to standing time for you on the agenda, Dick.
Yeah. Dick's actually become a good friend and helped me with a lot of stuff that we've done down there at the shopping center. And moving along, just off the record, I mean, it's not part of this at all, is that there's a food store. We're actually working, remodeling the interior of that. That has nothing to do with what we're doing tonight, but I just want to give you guys an update of that. We put new flooring in there, remodeling it, trying to make it more appealing to get it rented. I'm trying very hard. Turned down some offers that I didn't think was appealing to the town, and trying to get the right tenant in there so the whole corner will kind of flow together. We've got some interest, but Dick's been helping me a lot with that. We're moving forward with spending a lot of money on that. So moving on from that, the old laundromat building is what we're talking about tonight. That's up on the hill. We have, I do have a tenant in there who builds gun cases. Actually, he's doing pretty well. It's not open to the public. He sells them to a second or third, I don't know what you call it, person, and then that person sells them pretty much all over the world. They're all safe, and I've kind of got to know what they do. It's kind of interesting. He employs like 6 people in there, and the building needs some work. So me and Dick were talking about doing some extensive work to the exterior of the building. We put a new roof on it last summer, but the exterior needs some work. So new windows, soffit, doors, an overhead door for like a garage type door that he can use to unload and load the product he has, and siding. Siding in the front. We're pretty much dressing up the whole front of the building, and we're almost done with all of our properties. I don't know, there'll always be something, but this needed it, and the permit's been applied for. And if you have any questions about the construction, I brought him along. He can answer any of that.
He's your heavy, isn't he? I said he's your heavy tonight.
Yeah, he is. Because I don't know that we've worked out what we're going to do, but I don't know the details of exactly. But I can tell you the front of the building is going to be pretty much brand new.
And I would comment that the Kubel family gave Project Love Food Pantry the use of that building at rent-free until they got their new building built. So Methodist Church is thankful.
That was my mother. That was my mother. Just
Brian, is this zone commercial?
That was 5 years. Yeah.
What's that? Is this zone commercial?
Yes.
It is zone commercial.
Yes.
Okay.
And Mr. President, as we promised at the last, I think through email after the last meeting, we did conduct a building department review. This needs nothing more than a building permit. It doesn't need any special variances or site plan approval, any plating approval, anything like that. So
Okay.
this is ready to go.
Thank you. Any questions from the commission?
This is going to be kind of similar theme to what some of the other improvements in your plaza were.
We won't have stone, but it'll be, it's called, really important side. It's new, sliding windows.
It's really the improvements that were made have been outstanding.
Oh, yeah, the place is beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing. What a difference it all makes.
I'm running out of dimes. That's why I'm here.
This is a good
No,
business
this
partner
bill-
arrangement. You're mediating in public so that you have to behave yourself.
But no, it's gonna be a new siding on the front.
It'll
of
be,
it. Not stone.
it's really very, very attractive.
My comment is going to be whoever is calculating some numbers is one of the things we look at is when we give monies is also the payback, so to speak, that we're going to get out of it.
Right.
This is one of those investments that we're going to get a lot of payback, so to speak. It's really going to really benefit the community, but it's also going to add to their tax bill moving forward. But it is a benefit to them. So I do think a higher number than what we normally have a lot of in the past is appropriate.
Okay, where are we at on the pathway with Mr. Cubo as far as maxing out that 5-year number or 1-year number?
So this is a separate property. So
Right,
this
gotcha.
is a separate
Okay.
pocket, so to speak.
Gotcha. Okay.
Can I add something?
Go ahead.
I want to endorse Brian because he was, if you recall, he was our first applicant in 2019.
Yeah.
He is the only applicant. I didn't need to help him fill out the application, hold his hand, make him jump through hoops through the building department. He did everything that was asked of him. He took care of everything as far as getting his inspection completed, and he brought all the paperwork in. And if Jen needed anything, he brought it in personally.
Was it Brian or was it
immediately.
Lynn?
It was Brian.
Well, we already got
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Noted.
Doug, you got some math going there?
Right, at 25, you're at 69.52.
So basically $7,000, 25%,
Yeah, let's make it 67.
7.
7?
Yeah.
Is that a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion for $7,000. Is there a second?
Second, it's definitely a value added project for everybody.
Okay. Any discussion?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we gotta do a roll call first.
Okay.
It'll be-
All right.
Gotta be
all right.
proper.
We still have to
All right.
vote.
We still have to vote.
Doug Spencer,
Yes.
Randy Niemeyer.
Yes.
Eric Burnham,
Yes.
Nathan Viss.
Yes. Gentlemen, thank you very much for
Thank you.
coming in.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
I think you'll be happy with it.
We're looking forward to it. Thanks. Thanks, Brian.
Amazing work that's going on there, Brian.
All right. Next, we've got extension to 20-10 Ian Hoffman DDS. Are they appearing via Zoom?
He was supposed to be. I see a Jacob Rhoda here. Can I ask him to talk and see if he is maybe here representing him?
Yeah, that may be his contractor, I thought.
Jacob, are you here to represent Ian?
No, I'm not.
You are not. Okay, thank you.
All right, then we're gonna move right along on the agenda. Well, hold on. I guess before we do that, do we want to take any action on the extension 20-10 that's here before us?
Make a motion to defer that. Since there's no representation here. And if they don't show up at the next meeting, then we'll have to consider other action.
Okay, so we've got a motion to properly at the table.
Defer.
Defer?
Yep.
All right, Robert's Rules of Order. I'm willing to learn. Good. Excellent. Thank you. All right, potential TIF projects.
Are you gonna get a second to vote on?
Oh, do we need to?
Yes.
He made a motion.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was like a table. All right, yeah, we need a second.
I'll
then.
second it.
All right, we need a second. All right, let's do a roll call.
Doug Spencer,
Yes. Yes.
Randy Niemeyer,
Yes.
Eric Burnham, Nathan Viss.
Yes. Got it. I like it. Keep it rolling.
Right
That's-
on.
That's
You're
good.
like ahead of me with your
Let's screw around.
yeah.
You know what?
Come on, it's my first
I'm like,
day.
Mr. Burnham's asleep at the wheel over here.
He's calling me Burnham. and I'm just listening.
I like
feel like
that.
I'm in high school.
It's,
again.
it's got a nice ring to
I
it.
know.
All right,
What do I say, Burnham?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah, we've got potential
Let's
TIF
keep doing what
projects
you're
on the
doing.
agenda. Am I,
So you have it's the second to last page in your packet. Rick
Oh,
can
update.
kind of go over that with you.
At the
Mr.
last-
Everly, go ahead.
At the last meeting, Mr. Chairman, I believe you had asked for a list of potential projects, potential TIF funding projects. So this is here in front of you, just so you get an idea of what it is that TIF could be asked to participate in. With many of those things not having a known price at this time, but those that did, I placed in there.
Okay. So you've got a couple here, Lake Echo Restoration Project, estimated cost. $8 million. It's a big gulp. Okay.
Which is entirely too much.
Our 133rd thing, that's what we're already doing, correct?
Right, and I've got some information on that to share with you.
When we get to that point.
Whenever you'd like it. I was gonna do it under the high school crosswalk, but I can do it whenever you'd like. We got some information today from the state.
Yeah, let's do it underneath that section.
Okay.
Yep. So here's my thought. Thank you, foremost, Mr. Everly, for you and staff assembling this. This is much appreciated. One of the things we discussed last time was doing a joint work study session with the town council. I think it's appropriate to do maybe a 5-10 year assessment as to what our bigger projects are going to be to start prioritizing them. And this definitely helps coming directly from staff and the needs that they're seeing at the ground level from capital projects. So my thought is, Mr. Niemeyer, what do you think about this? Doing a joint meeting with the town council in the next 2 months to kind of brainstorm.
I love meetings.
Big capital. I'm calling it productive. Let's have a productive meeting.
though. No, it is a needed meeting. I think that maybe we need to look at when the town council receives its sustainability report from our financial advisor, which is going to include a 5-year picture of revenues and expenditures. That might be a good time for us to have that sort of meeting so we can really do some real planning instead of just chatter.
When do we anticipate that's going
April
to?
20th.
April 1?
April 20th.
April 20th.
Rick has an exact date, so I like that.
We were just discussing it, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be after we receive that report and review it. So maybe the first part of May to have that joint meeting. And that way we can take some of the information and actually get the first steps of some plans in motion.
Okay. Mr. Everly, could you then coordinate and pass that along to the town council, our desire to have a joint study session with them in the early parts of May?
We'll do that.
Nathan, excuse me, could I feedback on that second?
Okay, go ahead.
There are 2 items that are of pretty critical importance to this commission and the town council jointly. One is the consolidation of the 133rd and SBT LLC TIF districts initiative that's going to require a joint meeting of the Redevelopment Authority, the Redevelopment Commission, I'm sorry, the Plan Commission, Redevelopment Commission, and Town Council, and then a public hearing by this body. And secondly, a brand new extension of allocation area for a 28-acre parcel that's about to be annexed into the town with the consideration next Tuesday of an annexation ordinance and passage of time for remonstrance. That would be in early April completion. But I've worked up schedules. I've kind of gotten prepared in anticipation of this occurring, or getting your direction at least to consummate preparation. So scheduling, I guess I'm asking for kind of a piggyback onto what's going on.
Makes a lot of sense.
So we can kill a couple of really important birds.
If we can have planning folks there as well, I mean, we might as well have the trifecta.
Well, we've already got Rick Sharp, Bob Carnahan, and John Foreman who serve on the Plan Commission. So we would only need one more Plan Commissioner to have a quorum of the Plan Commission. So that would make perfect sense to do it all at once have a work study session, which the plan commission should be a part of as well from a sustainability standpoint, because they're working right now through the process of updating our comp plan. So all of this kind of comes together here this year to get all of our planning mechanisms kind of modernized and actually action items in place for us to take steps.
So some timing impacts of this, I wanted to connect.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay. So I think my suggestion to our commission here is to let's start thinking through and assembling a list of what are capital projects that we see from a RDC perspective that we want to bring to the table at that meeting. So that'll be my suggestion to everyone seated here. Okay.
So when do you plan on doing that?
Sometime in early May, Bob.
All right.
I'll talk to the town council president and we'll see if we can get that on the schedule.
Do we have to wait that long?
He's hard to reach. So I'll do my best.
Do we have to wait that long?
Are you suggesting, David, that we need to meet earlier than that?
I want to make certain that we have no gaps in the annexation parcel particularly. It's commercial industrial parcel. Pretty important.
Well, we were just talking about coinciding everything with the sustainability
I
report.
understand. I could work with Rick and council and redevelopment.
Okay.
Yep.
Direction, that would be great.
That's fine.
Good. All right. Thank you again, Rick, for assembling that potential TIP funded projects. And again, as staff sees other needs, feel free to add to that list. We certainly are not going to say no from your vantage point of eyes and ears on the ground. So thank you. Before we get to project updates, actually, no, it's right there at the top. Jen, do you want to give us a clerk treasurer's funds update?
Sure. I will have an updated TIP financial report for you all next month. Right now, I'm working on the annual financial report for the town as a whole, so that takes up all my time. But I will say, as checking earlier today, you do have a healthy TIP balance with just over 1.1 in your coffers right now. Again, there's a lot of projects that have been discussed. So as you guys kind of narrow down your capital projects and decide how you want to move forward, then I'll throw each one of those in. A couple of things wanted to highlight for you that happened last month in January. We did receive just over $48,000 in roundabout reimbursements from the state, so that was a nice check to receive. We also received the $27,000 that the Hanover Community School Corporation had pledged towards the 133rd King intersection improvements. So that is received, and I've got that kind of off to the side of my reporting so we can keep track of all of that. Also, in doing some analysis of the bond obligations, I did find that we were slightly overfunded in one of our obligations. So I have readjusted, I worked with Sue Hayes to readjust the monthly, what we call the monthly debt transfer. So we'll actually keep a little bit more cash in Fund 804, the TIP fund for you. So that's about all I have right now for you. But again, as we move forward, we will have a pretty report.
Okay.
If I have any tasks for you.
Thank you. Any questions from the commission? Great. Appreciate your work, Jennifer. And again, a warm welcome to the junior representatives. Welcome here, gentlemen. Good to have you again. All right, moving along. Dave, Hood Lust damages update. Any update there?
No update this month.
All right. Any update on industrial park property roadway acquisitions? That can be discussed in public session.
No.
All right, we'll look forward from that in exec session. Facade grant updates. Thank you to Sarah and Terry. Margaret. We have 3 projects outstanding still. We'll continue to keep those on the docket.
I'm enjoying this.
All right.
While you're on that facade grant update, Rick also has an item that he was going to talk about in regards to that.
Mr. Everly, go ahead.
The facade grant program update, yeah. I'd gone through that as we discussed at the last meeting with some tweaks to it. Sarah had already tweaked and taken care of the Scrivener's errors in there. We've got exhibits A and B identified. I sent my comments over to David's office, I don't know, a week or so ago, and he's reviewing my comments and my suggested changes to that document. And once he and I have a chance to collaborate on that, we'll bring it back to you for adoption of an amended facade improvement program. I'll just say it that way because we've got an application and we've got the program. Sarah created a really nice step-by-step process to help any of the petitioners for that money. So that's outstanding. So I would imagine that'll be in the next month or two, we'll be ready to roll out the new project with the new program with the tweaks in it. As you recall, one of them was we wanted to make it clear that tax exempt entities were not eligible for this money, and we've done that.
Okay.
And we also wanted to provide, and Margaret's working on this, a checkbox on the application that shows that the building department has reviewed the application so that you're aware of that, and room for any comments on there as to what the project might need from a planning BZA perspective, that type of thing. So
Very good.
we'll be ready to roll that out soon.
Awesome. Thank you. And we'll look from that from Dave's office this month, and then hopefully vote on that, make those changes at the next meeting. Thank you all. And then we've got 3 folks outstanding. One who's 180 days will terminate on did terminate on 2/18/21. One that's going to terminate on 3/21/21, and one on July 1,
I'll say that
or no,
second
to
item was the
If-
item that-
June 1.
If I could,
ahead.
we did get an email late, right before the meeting from Michael Vadic with the construction company for Ian Hoffman. I'm not sure why Ian's not here. He did tell me earlier this morning on the phone that he would be here. But I do have an email that I can provide to you and send all of you after the meeting from Michael Vadic on why they're so far behind. And as the request, if you'd like.
I think at this point, if you want to forward that still, that would be appreciated. But at this point, I think we'll rest on our prior
The
decision.
deferral, right.
I learned to defer. So we'll do that. Thanks.
Mr. Linda Mulder has been in contact with Margaret, and he will be asking for a deferral, so that will be brought before you guys at the March meeting.
We'd be asking for an extension or deferral? Extension?
An extension.
All right. Move along to marketing of Explore Everyday recipients. Randy, any updates there?
No.
Okay. We'll continue that. Light pole banners, Mr. Everly, we have some updated information from you.
Yes, I did check on the price of the Sunbrella banners. Those were the heavier duty banners that Joe Lee particularly wanted me to look into. So those were $89.31 a piece, as opposed to the lighter weight vinyl banners that were roughly a third of that price, or a little more than less than half of that price. Now, Mr. Kubiak is going to, when the snow melts and gets out of his way, he's going to actually measure those the brackets for us on those poles. I estimated those at 24 by 36, 24 inch by 36 inch. He's going to verify that for me. But the pricing you see here is based on a 24 by 36 inch banner. So they would be more expensive, but they are heavier duty. The Sunbrella banners are heavier duty and supposed to be more weather resistant, wind resistant. Might be worth it, but you can see the difference in cost there.
Do you foresee it being bigger than what you guys are coming up with?
I don't think so, Eric. I think those brackets look to me like they're 24 by 36. But again, Tim's he's gonna check that for me to be sure. And if it varies from that, then I'll go back to banners.com and get a price based on the actual size of those.
So we've got some more information to gather.
Yeah, we had
Okay.
26, I believe it was 26 of those that were around town, the decorative poles with those brackets on them. So that's what we were figuring the price based on. 26.
Okay. All right. So we'll wait some more information next month.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Future items. We talked about a March work session. I'll talk about that when we get to near the end. Lincoln Plaza signage was an item that we'd like to discuss in work session. So let's wait on that. High school crosswalk, another item that we can wait on for work session. But if we can get an update from you, Mr. Everly, as to information we've received from the state as to our, I guess, part of the crosswalks in the intersection.
Correct. Of course, the high school crosswalks precede my being here, but I just want to bring it to your attention that there are 2 crosswalks for the high school planned at that 133rd and King intersection. So I would assume those can be taken care of. That item can be taken care of in this intersection work. We got a letter from the state today from NDOT. They reviewed the bids for us. Walsh and Kelly was the apparent low bidder, $286,890.66. Reed Riley was the other bidder at in excess of $334,000. And that bid came in well below the engineer's estimate of $342,000. Jill is actually our ERC, employee and responsible charge with NDOT. So she needs your authority to sign the document that we got from state, the LPA award recommendation letter. And she wanted particularly for you to be aware of the fact that the bids came in some almost $70,000 below the engineer's estimate. Now, this does not include construction inspection. That's something that NDOT takes care of. They put out bids for that work. Contractors respond to NDOT, then NDOT gives us a recommendation or gives us the list. And then we can choose what we think is the most qualified firm to do the work and enter into negotiations with them for the cost of conducting the construction inspection. That is typically about 12% of the cost of the project. So we're looking at about $33,000, $34,000. But our match, by the way, is 20% of that $286,000 figure. So that is $57,378. When you add in roughly the $33,000 for construction inspection, that gets us up to about $90,000. When you look back at the list of proposed TIF funding, you saw that it was $115,000 for that project estimated. So we're going to be roughly $25,000 less than we thought it would be in terms of our portion of that cost. And keep in mind that, as Jen said, we received a check from the school corporation for $27,000, which goes towards that same project. Doesn't mean all of that $27,000 is going towards that project. And I don't know the specifics. I know that if we don't spend a certain amount of money, the school corporation gets some of that back. I don't know what that's predicated on, but at least part of that $27,000 will help to fund what I'll call the $90,000 we'll have to pay towards that project.
Excellent. That's way under. Yeah. Go ahead, Dave.
This is where Cedar Lake needs to be vigilant. We're going to get presented a panel of engineers, and we're going to get the interview, screen, vet, dissect, and more. And we need to be very, very, Presidente, you want to add something to this?
No, I've made all the public statements about certain engineering firms that I need to make. And I pray that our people here recognize the folly and poor work that's been done in several projects with one particular firm. So don't forget history.
Well, we have new folks, and that's the other thing. So we need to be alert.
Yeah, there's people that put lots of really nice glossy stuff together, and they're not worth a darn. And then there's folks that are just boots on the ground, dirt under the fingernails, get the job done and do it right. So let's choose a firm that does it right.
Mr. President, I would ask you to ask for a motion to allow Jill to sign that award letter. So she can do that, get that done tomorrow.
Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
There's
I'll
support.
second it.
Support by Doug. Discussion? Hearing none, call for the roll.
Doug Spencer,
Yes.
Randy Neemar,
Yes.
Eric Burham,
Yes.
Nathan Viss.
Yes, nailed it. It's a good day.
It's a
Love
good
it.
day.
All right. Thank you for that, Mr. Everly. Also, please pass our thanks along to Jill as well. We appreciate that. JMA Gateway and Hill Stability. If it's okay with everyone, what I'd like to schedule is a 30-minute tops study session following our next meeting in March. We're okay with doing that? So
We're doing after.
afterwards, just 30 minutes. I have a feeling and a hunch based on what we're doing right now that our March meeting should be quick to the point. So we should still be done by about 6:30, then we can spend 6:30 to 7 on just a study session. So if we can do that. Tracy, welcome. Any questions, comments from school corporation?
No, not really, not right now.
Okay. Can you please pass along to them a status update that Mr. Everly has given
I
for
will.
the King intersection? We'd much appreciate it.
I think it's gonna be important also on that King intersection to coordinate on how that stoplight can be utilized to help with traffic control for school release, as well as, you know, the start of school and also any large events. So there's going to need to be some collaboration with our engineering firm that designs it, as well as with the school corporation, so all of that can work together.
So I think built into the agreement that we had with the school corp was that specific reference to sitting down with
Just
them.
make sure we're diligent on that to get that done right, so it can be a useful tool for everyone.
And smooth moving going forward.
Okay. We want you to get something good for your money.
Mr. Carnahan, anything from town council or from the Chamber of Commerce, sir?
The chamber would like to know if they should be encouraging businesses to submit application for the facade grant. And do we have a lot of money left in there if they would come down here and grow?
Hey, Bob, we've got all kinds of money. We can be like the federal government, spend like
Just gonna
150,
print some.
yeah, 150% of what you bring in. I mean, that's kind of the
Next
government way
meeting,
of doing things.
next meeting, you're going to see Mr. Niemeyer wearing mittens with his arms folded like this, ready to disperse.
Can I take a picture?
Yeah, there you go.
But I'll just tell them.
Bob, the answer is yes.
it's
The
on
answer
a
is yes.
First come, first served basis.
Right.
It is, and we reserve the right. I'm not saying we will. It's up to this commission, but we've set aside 100,000 each year. We're saving money in spots. Our income has been higher than what we thought. We're trying to be good stewards of what we have, and yeah, we encourage businesses to come forward. Absolutely. So, anything from the public? Thanks again for coming out.
Nathan,
Thank you.
We have one virtual attendee, so we're gonna check with him.
Go ahead.
Jacob, would you like to speak for public comment?
I was gonna say, yeah, no, I've just been attending and admiring what's been going on. So been kind of going back and forth, so I apologize, but yeah, I think that's all I really have to add, actually.
Thank you, sir.
Could we get his
appreciate
name and
you,
address
weighing
for the
in.
record? Name and address. for the-
Sure, sure, Jacob Rhoda. The address is 139 Huseman Street, or I'm sorry, 13913 Huseman Street, Cedar Lake, Indiana.
Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate it. Glad you're here.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hearing nothing further, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
There's support?
Support.
Support. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.